like the one I've got. It's amazingly made. It has like that from thick sheet metal, and then they curve the sheet metal in, and then it's been welded there and ground back. And holes drilled in and countersunk. And some sort of yeah, I can't actually read the brand there. Jesus, looks good. Walking a bank with that one. That Trojan. Well, I broke my other egg thingy, which I was a bit sad about actually. Yeah. Didn't really want to take an egg. It was sort of, as I went to close it down, it was sort of the top part was clipping against the other part, and so I thought stuff it and just slammed it down anyway, and it broke the wire in it, and yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to get another wire, but what do you know? I got another egg slicer, which looks as though it takes larger eggs than the other one did, and it's quite a bit bigger. There was a cheapo shop, like a dollar store or whatever, huge big one, so big I didn't even know we had one that big in the area, and it's as big as any of the ones in the capital actually, so they had this there amongst their stuff, and I was thrilled to bits. $5. Just that I'll have a nose around in here, there won't be anything more than any other shops, and I was wrong, because I have not seen these since my mother bought me that other one, so yeah. By the way, what I mentioned the other day about the hot plate on the stove, I've got a ½ inch piece of plate, and I've said it should have a 1/8 inch piece, so I got it wrong. It was supposed to be a 1/4 inch piece. You probably would have picked that up, because I'm sure those of you who have used wood stoves know that the hot plate is not a lousy 1/8 of an inch. Wouldn't last too long if it was. Anyway, I'm playing around with a bit of oriental spinach. You're supposed to soak this in water, according to the instructions. This is actually seeds imported from Taiwan. Supposed to soak it in water for 2 days, and then put it in the refrigerator for 2 days, and then it thrives best in well-drained of fertile soil. And they always have, it's funny this, you know, because I can understand Chinese numbers, not much more, and the word for day, it's sort of strange. The amount of days it says it'll take before you harvest it in Chinese and in English are completely bloody different on almost every single packet that this brand has, which is sort of funny. And yeah, but anyway, I'm following the little instructions there. I've got some sitting in a cup here. Seeds are sort of a pink colour. And as you can see, the water's going a little bit brownish. One sort of a pinky brown. Yeah, anyway, most of the time when I see pink on seeds, I usually assume it's some sort of a blooming fungicide treatment or something like that. They've got a thing called pre-emergence fungus, which used to screw up some of the stuff that come up in the nursery, and I've actually seen it too. You know, as the seed is starting to sprout or break open, this fungi just kills a freaking lot of it. Anyway, they used to actually not just rely on the stuff on the seed, but also have a little misting sprayer that the trays, propagation trays, would go over as one of the last things that happened to them, where they had a mix of water and fungicide as well, that would, you know, never mind the stuff from the seeds, it also gets squirted with the better stuff out of a sprayer as well, with all of them, regardless of if whatever stuff you're planting had fungicide on the seed or not, depending on what brand you had. And sometimes we would get stuff as one of the guys would put it, from paddock to you. Literally, seeds would come from the farmers themselves who would order the product. And some of it come out of a Hessian sack, I'm not joking. Anyway, got that soaking. I've planted some of this in a bucket, one of the ones that I had the tomato in. Ripped the tomato out, sort of straightened the soil up and planted a bunch of this. I'm probably going to prick it out or try and transplant it. I don't know if all these are terribly good for pricking or whatnot. I'd expect you to plant a shitload and then just pull out some of them or stuff that. I'm going to try and prick them out, which basically means you gently... they use like a... it's almost like a little kebab skewer. It is really to pull out the individual seedlings and then retransplant them while they're still only very small. And it was a thing they used to do quite a bit at the nursery as well. One of the ones, I've got some over there, but they're shitty ones. I've also got some big ones in another bag, but I've got too much stuff in front of it. Those of you who know anything about perpetual spinach or beetroot or anything like that, silver beet, you'll know the seeds on that look each seed individually will look different. You'll get anything from 2 to 5 plants come out of the one seed, and you've got to prick the entire lot of them. And sometimes, if we slowed the equipment down, there's stuff they had to prick sometimes, and they realised that if they slowed the equipment right down, it would seed individually itself fine. And they also had to run a pen back and forward through the little seed holding tray in the sewing machine, and it would sort of go pretty well. And then they might have one tray where they just go along and fill up all the ones that didn't germinate. But as for the silver beet, beetroot, stuff like that, perpetual spinach, it's a shitstorm, and you've got to prick every one because each propagation cell would have anything from 2 to 5 blasted, what's his name's in it, plants in it, and also the seeding equipment had a bit of a trouble picking up the odd-shaped seeds. Anyway, enough about pricking. I've also planted a bunch of this actually in, the egg tray I had. I ripped the top off it and whatnot, and used a bit of potting mix to throw a bunch of these in. We'll see how they go. I probably should go out there and water the things. We seem to be having a lot of wind right now. I believe the equinox is upon us, the changing of the seasons, where we get a lot of wind, which might sporadically run a wind turbine today because it's not actually at the point of breaking trees off as it is sometimes, and it's not just fluffing your microphone. I think this would actually run a wind turbine, although it would probably be turning in all different directions. But yeah, anyway, I've whacked the other lemon-scented verbena in there behind the glass because it's a bit too windy for it as well. Anyway, I better go have a share and water some of these seedlings. I got some cress in the microgreens thing, which bloody well dried out today. So much for all that. I should have put it in the damn fridge. Anyway, I only put it down last night, so shouldn't be too big a deal. Anyway, yeah, the size of this bloody thing compared to the other one. It's got to fry some eggs up, but also got to fry some meat up, and I've really ain't into having too much fat in one day because my guts start rummaging around like a friggin' sea storm. Anyway. Sounds like a harp. I just had to show you that. Yeah, one of those flaming days. Trying to find the credit card that I showed you guys the other day. I'm stuffed if I know where I put the bloody thing. It's only a few days ago, and like where the fuck it's gone, I don't know. And yeah, so anyway, try and look for that card. Can't find that card. Give up looking for it because I want to basically upgrade the malware software. So I think, well, I've got to go and ring the vets about this cat getting the stitches out that it's had put in where it was spayed. Phone's bloody out of credit. Then I go to turn the laptop on to put a video live for you guys, and then this bloody thing, the other virus scanner, not the malware scanner, but the Avast virus scanner, which is a piece of shit to be quite honest, supposed to stop phishing attacks, supposed to stop malware, you know, missed bloody 13 things that the malware thing found, or 16 things, some chronic number like that, and it was the crap version, and then it told me, your trial's running out, but we can give you a trial of the better version. So I had a trial of the better version. Now it's telling me the trial of the better version's run out, and do you want to go back to the crap version? I had AVG virus scanner for years on the Dell, for years. Mum's got a Avast on hers, on her, what's she got, like a Windows 7, and she's had a Avast for years on it. And this thing, within a month, it tells me the trial's up for the old version. Then give me a week for the fancy version, and now, do you want to go back to the old version? Oh, yeah, got to go back to the old version. Sit around for a few minutes as it upgrades to the downgrade to the basic version. What the hell's that? You know, can't it just block out all the good stuff or wipe the good stuff off and just go back? But no, it's got to download shit to do it. So I've been waiting for all that to play out. Yeah, I was just wanting to put a video live for you guys, but I'll find this stupid card because I can't have put it too far, but I've got a feeling I might have put it in one of these safe spots that you then forget where your safe spot is. It's so safe you can't frickin' remember. You know, one of those sort of safe spots. So anyway, not so glorious a start to the day. I've been running the wood stove. I would like to go in and get more credit for my phone and that, but I've got to sort of wait till that dies down a bit. In the meantime, I'm probably going to be playing around trying to do a bit of stuff here. Yeah, like a bit of washing, in other words. That's my washing basket. No, you can't see it. Whatever. Anyway, I've also got to move a few basic things around. I want to wipe down the kitchen table and sort a few things out with that. And there's just some things, sawhorses and crap that I've got to put in the front veranda and just get things sort of into place and sorted a bit more. Don't know if I'll get a chance to have a go at the front veranda, but the side veranda where I've got the firewood, but that would be good to shuffle a few things around there to save a bit of room. But yeah, one of them days. I've got a bit of water on it now because I watered the plants before. That pot's not exactly the best pot, but anyway, I'm considering getting rid of this tomorrow, and I've got to get rid of a lot of this other stuff, all this crap, blah blah, and that, and oil all this. And I've got a bit of oil left. I mean, here's some here. Not a great deal. I don't know, but I might have some in the house still. And you sort of wipe it on. It's got an antifungal agent in it and everything. It's linseed oil, I think. Is it? Pale boiled linseed oil. Added drying agents. I don't know if I had one that was antifungal as well or something. And I just put it over this front part of the veranda. Sort of from there back to here. Because rain will blow in here. Like your peak thing where your beam is there, it'll sort of stop there, but then it comes and it gets this area wet. And if you've got a bit of oil, you know, your lifespan of course increases. And I do have a bit of oil. It's probably not enough to do it, but I didn't do it at all last year. Was I? One of the years I didn't do it when I could have done it. And so I want to have a go at doing it with what oil I do have. just to help preserve it a little bit. And I probably won't get very far. I'll probably only just get in the front patch here with that amount of oil. But all the same, you know, that's better than just letting it get wet without any sort of way of protecting itself. So that'll probably be a tomorrow thing. I'm trying to move around a lot of stuff today, sort things out a bit more properly, and sort all this out here. Probably shouldn't dump this here, but I'll do that for now. Yeah, try and get a few things sorted out and stacked properly, and wipe this table down and blah blah blah. And a lot of stuff's got to disappear off that table, and a lot of stuff's got to disappear out of the laundry, out to the front veranda, which I probably told you all a couple of minutes ago in this video, but yeah. Almost forgot to mention. I found this, a quad. I got a 6-fold adapters here. Believe it or not, this amount of plugs isn't enough for all the phone chargers and stuff, so I decided I needed another one, and I thought, yeah, one of these days I'll get around to buying one. Well, lo and behold, I found one cleaning up. That's, yeah, I got plenty of that have just got the 4, but not the individually switched, and this is individually switched with 4, and bingo, problem solved. There we go. Wiped her all down, gave her a big blast of spray and wipe for about 3/4 and moved the other quarter across, and then done this section. That's good. Free of all the papers and shit. Some of those are organised there. There's different things I've got to take bags to me mum's house. I've got an angle grinder disc that doesn't fit in the grinders I've got, but it might fit one of my father's, so I'll give him that. All my ones run on 22mm arbors, and this one's like a 16mm. It was left here from ages back. Yeah, all the freezer packs in the bag in the bottom, and all the papers that I had that I will sort through in the little thing over there. That's all the newspaper clippings I've got to do videos on. Some of them are people's phone numbers and shit like this that I've got to keep. And yeah, so anyway, that's one step in the right direction, and it's frickin' hot. I mean, it's creeping up, you know. It's getting pretty gnarly. She's about 95 Fahrenheit, or close to, and yeah. Anyway, I've got to do, might have a bit more to eat and that. Just sweating standing in here. And then get to the stuff out there and start clearing the laundry out and throwing a lot of the gear out there. I've got a few little splintered bits of the weatherboards that come off still in there. I've got most of the little offcuts and rubbish and burnt them already in the wood stove. I'm going to try and get little splintered bits that you probably won't be able to see. Yeah, there's the end of one there. So I'll get those as well and take them in. Oh yeah, antique bottle too that I pulled up the other day. Should give that to me mum. She's right into bottles and all that. Yeah, once a year I usually give the windows a bit of a clean, and this actually isn't that bad, but I might do it anyway. I went and done the mirror in the bathroom, just gave it a quick wipe down, and then you end up with all these blotchy marks because you've just used an old friggin' bit of sponge that I was wiping this with here. So it's sort of, you're trying to clean it and you make it dirtier. But anyway, I may have to water the, what's his name's, trees tonight, because like hell, I'm sweating just standing here. And we've had a couple of days like this, and I've just sort of ignored them, and realistically speaking, I've got to do something, you know, in regards to watering them, because it's going to be a little bit hard on them, so that's going to take a bit of time off tonight. But the thing is, it's like 8:30 PM before the friggin' sun goes down here. So, you know, during that last 3 hours or so, it's pretty cool. So then I'll get it in there and get stuck into that. Next year, I'm trying not to water these trees, but I still may water them, you know, half a dozen times in the summer or something like that. You know, it's got to be one of these things where they're old enough now that they're either going to make it or friggin' fall flat in their arse and die. And plenty of the she-oaks have done that. And one of them looks like it's just done it more recently, but it's sort of, you know, Melaleucas are fine, but it's just, yeah, it's just a variety of plant that doesn't handle lack of water too well comparative to some other varieties. I mean, that's 4 o'clock already, but still stinking hot. But generally speaking, you know, you get to like about 6 o'clock and it cools off sort of thing, and then you got another 2.5 hours or whatever to keep going. Yeah, you guessed it, it's raining. Oh, look at the last glimmer of the little spotlight thingy that points to the front door. Yep. Well, it's around about, it's now probably 2:30 a.m. 2:47 a.m. Anyway, I've been up since about 1:30ish. Yeah, it started raining, and you know, there's that many times I have a hot day and I think, it's not going to rain. I know it's going to be a warm day tomorrow too. I'll leave the window down in the car. Then in the middle of the night, up she starts. So after laying there for about 5 minutes, I'm going, nah, this isn't going to stop. I better close those windows. And then I thought, I didn't eat anything really for tea. It's a terrible habit of not really cooking anything. What generally happens is it starts to cool down, like the sun starts going down, it starts to cool down, and I go, good, now it's cool, I might as well go outside and do a good heap of work. And I keep going until it's pitch black, and then I come inside and go, oh shit, I'm so exhausted I don't feel like cooking anything now, and go to bed half hungry. I ate half a packet of bloody cookies, and that was about it. It wasn't a very big packet either. A different brand from normal. I got a good brand this time. But anyway, I woke up and closed those windows and that, and then went and laid in bed and rolled around and left and right and blah blah blah, and said, stuff it, I got to eat something. So I got up and decided to have a go at eating something I boiled about 2 days ago that was already going half rotten in my fridge. And when it's going half rotten in the fridge and you boil it, you should eat it straight away, because sitting 2 days in the pot, well, then it's well and truly stuffed. So I had to fling that out. So I cooked some eggs up instead, and on the propane stove, LPG stove, and I've cranked up the wood stove because I had a lot of random little bits of rubbish, and I don't know what was going on. I sort of do. I found a bag of ash. Yeah, a bag of ash on the veranda. And I sorted through it, and there's a whole stack of blooming charcoal in it, so I sort of filtered that out. And decided to throw that and a whole heap of other random rubbish off the kitchen table, like as in papers and pamphlets and bits and pieces that were on the table. Not newspaper clippings that I wanted to keep, but other bits that were sort of laying randomly around, into the wood stove, along with a whole bunch of little splinters of hardwood that I got from cutting wood up yesterday, and off we go. So just waiting for the kettle to boil, and I'll probably end up boiling up some spuds as well. And one pussy come in shortly after it started raining, and the other one come in just now. She's probably under the house and grabbed me chair straight away. Didn't you, pussy? You're obsessed with grabbing chairs, aren't you, hey? You'd never know it's my chair, would you? It's nice having a little pussy, isn't it, hey? I don't know if you can hear that. that sort of tweet. Stop now. Anyway, it seems Kitty's got revenge finally. There he goes again. I think it's on its last couple of minutes there before the cat sinks the teeth in for real and the game's over altogether. Some of you might have seen there's a particular bird that used to attack my cat. You might have seen shortly after I burned the cardboard house there was a bird attacking tabby cat, and he come running to me for protection, meowing, and I said, are you, your man or your mouse, your cat or your mouse, because you should go and kill the bastard. And seems you might be in the process of doing exactly that. I seen him running along, I heard this bird tweeting, and I could see this white thing in his mouth. I'm trying to work out how many white birds are there. White cockatoos. It's not going to be them. The tweet's wrong. The damn things are bloody near the size of a chicken sometimes. Like that dead one I saw on the side of the road, it was like the size of a small chicken. And yeah, he might have a bit of fun taking on a bird of that size. You could probably get it, but like they tend not to go in that tree, they tend to go in another tree. And I'm trying to work out now what bird nests are in that tree, and I thought, well, the only one is a blackbird. That's a bird that's, well, ultimately come from England, and as a result is on the pest list, so who gives a shit if he kills a blackbird? And then I thought, well, what's the other ones? Black-shouldered kite is white with grey and little black on his shoulders, and I thought, no, there's no way. Once again, the noise is wrong that it's making. And if you went to attack one of those, there's all the chance in the world it would come out with serious scars because it's a predatory bird and it would fight back like hell. And I thought, well, what is the other one? Magpie. Nah. I got to look at this thing, and it was only just a glimpse, and it was only just big enough to fit in his mouth. Magpie would be 4 times the size of that, and once again, the noise it makes is different. And Black Kitty took care of a magpie a while ago. And it was very high-pitched squeaking, and then it sort of calmed down to what it sounds like now. And it was all too obvious. The only thing left was a willy wagtail that has a white underside and black wings. And he's got it by the wings, and it's the underside that I can see in his mouth. In other words, he's bitten it from the top and got the wings in his mouth and the underside's hanging out. And with a bit of luck, he'll stop fiddling around in a minute and kill it for real. And that will be the end of about 2 years of that bird hassling the shit out of me cats, sometimes 5 times a frickin' week. I mean, I'd come out often enough. There's weeks there I'd come out every second day. This thing would be attacking the shit out of Black Kitty. Just swoop, 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 back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. Just keep trying to pull hair out of her, flipping back over and over, and it just going on for like 10 minutes straight, 15 minutes sometimes. And there's 2 of them that do this, both the same breed of bird. These things are a little bit like a Jack Russell, where they look in the mirror and they see a Rottweiler. You know, same sort of thing. They are very cunning-ass birds that will take on just about anything. I know there are ones that are more. Butcher's birds are more crazy. Somebody I know's seen a butcher's bird trying to take on a fucking Cessna plane. But these birds, the willy wagtails, particularly the ones that are around my house, are just a little bit too big. They play too big for their boots, you know. And I think it's finally caught up with them after 2 years. I always said one day I'd shoot that fucking bird. And it looks like Tabby Cat's in the process of doing the honours himself and getting a bit of his own revenge back.